trying to ascertain just exactly what the homeowner's goals are, maybe even if they don't even know what the goals are themselves. So I use this kitchen remodeling checklist. So as I talk about this, I'm going to pass around some of these photographs. These are the fours. Please take two and pass them around. And you can kind of see some of the stuff that I'm talking about. So I asked Lynn what was one of the things she liked about her kitchen the most, and she liked the openness of it. The house was built in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was a nice open layout. What did she not like the most about it? Well, when you see these photographs, you'll see this kind of very industrial-looking ceiling. They had nice 9-foot ceilings in the entire house, but for some reason they put a drop ceiling with these egg crate kind of grills on it and strip fluorescent lighting above that. It was very harsh, gave lots of light. It was very harsh and very ugly. So that was one of the things you wanted to get rid of. Also, the cabinets, they were a halfway decent cabinet, but they were a painted gray cabinet. They were not her taste. And if you look at the appliances, they're very dated as well. So when I asked her about relating to the adjacent room, she liked the fact that it was centrally located and they entertain a lot. They have a lot of family to come over. This is a house that they're going to be using. It's more of a second home for them. They travel quite a bit. So they'll be having a family over quite a lot. One thing that she did want to improve upon was you'll also see there's a huge, monstrous mahogany bar that they set in the living room. And that's one thing she wanted to get rid of. And we took that out, and when we did that, we opened up the kitchen to the living area so it could be used for serving and whatnot. The overall style, I asked her what she wanted traditional, pretty much, and the type of cabinet she was looking for. She wanted real wood, and she wanted a nice, dark, rich finish. So when I asked her what types of things was she going to be doing in the kitchen, was she going to be doing gourmet cooking? Was she going to be doing cooking for a lot of individuals? Mostly, she said she was going to be cooking for family over there, and there may be 2 or 3 cooks in there at a time. They needed to have space to have plenty of countertops and whatnot to work. Now I'm going to start passing around some of the after photos, and the glossy ones here are the ones actually from the project. So you can see what we did was we went in. We took out that ceiling, we took out all the cabinets. It had a tile floor, very hard on the feet. We took that out. We ran the hardwood floors from the rest of the house into the kitchen for continuity. We installed beautiful new cherry cabinets. And the countertops we installed are it's a quartz product. It's a crushed quartz. It's made by Caesarstone. It's a very nice product. It's similar to it's kind of like in between a corian and a granite. It's stone that's crushed in a polymer. So that's one of these things about it. In addition, when we changed the lighting, we put recessed can lighting. And we put 5-inch large cans around all the work areas. And if you look over here, you'll see where the pass-through is going through. We put little 4-inch cans in there just to kind of light that up, but not to be too strong a light. In addition, we also one of the other concerns she had was she didn't need a whole lot of space for stuff in the walk-ins, but she did have some nice china and that sort of thing. So we also installed some nice glass front cabinets with lighting in the top and also lighting below. Now, the lighting that we use for the under-counter lights, I'm sure you've all seen the little white fluorescent fixtures that go underneath cabinets. What we use now a lot of times is a LED tape. It's about 1/4 of an inch wide, maybe 1/3 of an inch wide, very, very thin, and you can just attach it to the underside, the front edge of the cabinet. It does a great job of illumination. It doesn't take up any space, and it's a really nice warm light. We use the same light in the upper cabinets up above. You can also see we also installed a tile backsplash. We didn't want anything very dramatic. We wanted just a nice little accent just on the one side. So we put a nice little feature strip in there as well. So. One of the other things, if you look on the same picture, you see on this long space where the majority of the cook areas, you don't see any outlets on the wall. The reason you don't see any outlets on the wall is we install strip outlets up underneath the back edge of the cabinet. So it's a product called wire mold or plug mold that's been around for years and years and years. But the nice thing about it is you can put it up there, you never see it, you've got more outlets than you would have otherwise. It does a great job. How are we doing on time, Doc?
2 minutes and a half.
That sounds great. So the other thing that we wanted to do, like I said, was we wanted to open up to the rest of the house. So if you look at these photographs here, you'll see this is where the big wall was. On the other side was where we had the big bar. Okay, so we removed the big bar, opened up the kitchen to there, still put the wine cooler right here, so you can be serving drinks and wine and whatnot. And so now homeowner can have a little pass-through and can serve the guests in the living room and be a part of what's going on in the home. They had a great view to the exterior. The house faces the back, but the original kitchen had the sink tucked in a corner, so you're staring in the corner like that. What we did is we just moved it around to where it's facing the window, facing the back, facing the people that are in the back room, and so the person that's in the kitchen is still connected with everything that's going on. In addition, one other small change we made was the original kitchen. If you look in the corner right here, you'll see that there's one cabinet that's kind of in the corner. The original one had a larger cabinet that brought it out further into the room. And if you look at the island that was on the original picture, it was a very small little triangular island with a little sink in it. It wasn't very good for working on. It wasn't very good for sitting at. You couldn't sit at it at all. So what we did was we moved that little angle back just a foot, and that little bit made a huge difference in being able to get the cabinets back, get a few more feet in the room, get a nice large size island that we were able to put the new cooktop in with a downdraft. And a lot of kitchens you see these days have a bento hood hanging down from the ceiling. It's a really popular look, and it's great. But these folks wanted to have that open. They wanted to have everything totally open. There's a nice hanging fixture over that island, so it's got a downdraft. Also a popular item we have these days. In addition, she needed a place to put her cookbooks and all that sort of thing. So right next to the refrigerator, you put a nice bookshelf. She has some of her artwork there and whatnot, and all her cookbooks are right there at hand. One of the neat things we also installed. She needed a vegetable sink. So the sink that she chose has a nice little bin, a small sink on the side and a vegetable bin. And one cool thing about it is it's got a great cutting board that also sits on the side, so it makes it really easy to cut and just slide stuff off the sink. So that is the kitchen that we just did for Lynn and Marvin. I'd be happy to show your prospective clients the same thing. Thank you very much.